Is fear preventing you from taking action in your life? Action that you desperately need to take, like applying for a new job, or speaking to your boss for a raise, or starting a new vacation? Well, Lord Shiva gives a simple and very powerful method through which you can drop your fears almost instantly. And we are going to look at that later on in this video. Now, when you drop your fears, you become fearless. And when you're fearless, you can do some pretty extraordinary things in your life. A recent example of this was Captain Vicram, the hero of the Kargil War. Now, he and his men were sent up to recapture a peak. It was called point 5140. And on his way up, he neutralized and killed a number of enemy soldiers, including 3 of them in hand-to-hand combat. When he reached the top of the peak, he shouted out that famous slogan, "Ye dil mange more," the heart wants more. Now, because of the exceptional bravery that he displayed, the Indian Army chief personally called him up and congratulated him that night. Now, he was injured and he was forced to rest. Now, over the next few days, the Indian Army kept capturing peaks, and there was one that came under a strong counter-attack, peak number 4875. Now, the army needed to send reinforcements up there, and Captain Butra immediately volunteered. Now, initially, his commanding officer was reluctant to send him because he was running a high fever and he was still injured. But Captain Butra insisted. Now, on his way up again, he neutralized 3 to 4 enemy positions and took out all the soldiers there. He helped reinforce that peak. But unfortunately, while trying to rescue an Indian soldier, he got shot by a sniper and he lost his life. He was awarded the Panvi Chakra, the highest military award for bravery, posthumously. Now, even though he had a short life, his star shone so brightly that we all got to know him. We can only bow down in gratitude to people like him. They give up their lives so that we can live ours. Now, these are some of the amazing things you do when you become fearless. Now, where does fear come from, and how can we drop it or remove it immediately? Well, fear is an emotion, but actually it comes from the mind. It's because our mind imagines various things which are not true and makes it real that we experience fear. For example, some people have fear of getting into an elevator. They think it's going to crash, or getting into a train or an airplane. They think these things are going to crash almost immediately. Now, that's not true. It's basically our imagination running wild, which is why we are suffering our imagination. That's why some masters say that fear actually stands for false evidence appearing real. We are imagining things that are false and making them real, and that's why we're experiencing fear. So how do we stop fear? How do we drop it? Now, Lord Shiva gives a method in the Shiva Sutras, in Sutra 3.15, where he says, attentiveness is the seed. Attentiveness is the seed that stops our mind. It's a seed to higher consciousness and the seed to enlightenment. Now, the minute you become attentive, the mind stops working and you break the link between the mind and fear, and your fear collapses almost immediately. So the minute you experience any kind of fear, just become fully attentive to the here and now. Not even 1% of you should be elsewhere in the past or in the future. And when you find that you do that, you'll find you won't experience fear at all anymore. The fear will just drop away completely. And Lord Shiva further said in the Vicram Tantra that it's not just fear, it's when you're experiencing any other strong emotion. It could be hatred, it could be anger, it could be greed. He says, stop the mind. Immediately that emotion will collapse, and the energy that it's created will take you to a higher level of consciousness. And how do you stop the mind? You stop the mind by becoming attentive to the here and now. The minute you do that, all these negative emotions, whether it's fear or anger or hatred, they all just collapse immediately. Now try this method and see how it works for you. The next time you're in a difficult situation and you're experiencing some fear, you need to talk to someone you don't want to, or you need to go in and meet your boss. Just go there fully attentive and see what a difference it makes to you. Now, there's another very powerful method to drop your fears. It's a mantra given by the sage Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras. It's got a number of other benefits. It sharpens your intellect, it improves your perception, it prevents certain diseases, it improves your energy levels. And I've given a link to that video which explains what this mantra is and how to chant it. In the meantime, try Lord Shiva's method of becoming attentive and let me know how it works for you. And if you need any more help, send me a message in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.